Hey, back again with another video, 90 minutes to set up your business for your tax and accounting firm. The four phases of doing that uh, is something you want to probably already have in place to ensure that you can do that in 90 minutes for setting up the business because each component of setting up the tax and accounting business for the infrastructure, uh, it's going to take time. And so the four phases of that. No, number one is online account. You need an online account as part of the setup phase because that's going to allow you access to the e-file provider's application that you're going to need to be able to purchase professional software and register with a third-party bank to collect fees from your clients as far as the tax preparation work you might be doing. Business structure. For people who going to set up an LLC, that's an extra step because now you need to go to the state based on where they are, fill out paperwork for that, go to the IRS.gov and get the EIN number that's related to that. So those two separate steps as far as creating an LLC versus a sole proprietor. Sole proprietors just strictly go to IRS.gov and go to online EIN and fill out that application. Boom, you get it instantly. Save it to your computer. You're done. The PTIN is the prepares tax identification number that you need to sign all tax returns with. That can be done in minutes. The only issues that people may have who need to get to PTIN is the ones who haven't worked and who haven't filed tax returns because the IRS validates you by your tax returns. And if you have no tax returns in the system for the last several years, then it's hard to do that. So what I would normally do is make a person file a tax return in order to be able to help them get to PTIN because without a tax return, you would have to fill out the form, you have to mail it in, and it takes much longer. And we need that number right away if we want to start doing work for clients. So when it comes to the 90 minutes to set up your tax and accounting business, those four phases of it, a lot of times is all about you knowing upfront the things you need, the online account, going there to see what it's going to take to get the online account set up. Do you have the paperwork for that? Do you have the some of them might ask you for birth certificate, social security card. Do you have that available? If not, now you got to go get that and then come back and go through that process again. Two, the e-file provider's application is the application that you can't even get to without having an online account on IRS.gov. So that's the main issue. That's why I tell people up front in passing, the first thing you want to do is set up an online account on IRS.gov website. If you already got that, you're good. If you don't, go make that happen. We'll talk later. Because to get to the main application, and that's the one that's going to get you paid, is the e-file electronic filing identification number, which stands for EFIN. And doing the fingerprints is the crucial part, and they all come together to help you have a full-fledged tax and accounting business. So that's why when it comes to 90 minutes to set up a tax and accounting business, the real way to make that happen is knowing what you need to have in each phase and ask yourself, what can I do now out of these four phases that when I get with someone who's going to help me set it up, that we got part of these phases done already. And so the main phase is the online account out the way. The online account is already done. Then we can go straight to the business structure because we need to know what business structure you're going to use because that information is going to go on your e-file provider's application. And the PTIN, like I said, is simple. For people who've already filed taxes, uh, creating an account, filling out the application, and paying the fee is an instant process, instant approval for the most part. And so those four phases are something you can make happen uh, in 90 minutes or less. It's going to be you already knowing the four phases. You already knowing and having one of those tasks or two already mapped out. That's going to ensure that 90 minutes you can set this up and be ready to go out here, purchase your professional software, register with a third party bank that's going to collect your fees. Make sure you got the tools and resources that's going to accompany you being able to go do business, especially if you plan on working virtually or locally or both in place. As far as what vendors you're going to use for that. So when it comes to launching your business, all these different aspects need to already be mapped out. You already need to know who you're going to go do business with and already be able to have the funding needed to make that happen. So if you're looking to launch your tax and accounting firm and you want to make that happen this week, out of those 4 phases I mentioned, you want to at least have your online account done already, because that's a crucial part of being able to get to the e-file provider's application, is being able to have that ID.me online account done already. Because setting up the business structure, the PTIN, and the online account is crucial, but I can't get to the application I need to get to that's going to allow me to be considered a tax service without having an online account already created. So when it's all said and done, I'm here to help you make that happen. So if you're watching this video and you already got your online account done, you're good, because now we can go straight to walking through the business structure and what structure are you going to use? Are you going to become an LLC? That's going to be based on your budget and what state you live in. I'm in Illinois, so only need $150 to set up an LLC. If you're in Texas, it's $400. You know what I'm saying? Every state is different. So knowing these factors up front is going to be a real powerful key situation to being able to help you launch your business in 90 minutes. Because it's some pre-work you need to have already done to ensure that's going to happen. So when you go live and let the world know, hey, like starting my own tax and accounting firm, go here and check out my website, go here and check out my newsletter, go here and check out this as far as your online real estate, boom, you're good to go. And if you're doing local strategies only, where you're passing out business cards, flyers, postcards, and things of that nature, where they can get that information and still go to the website, because you already got the website created. You already got a social media page created. You already got certain aspects of the online presence already created, because that's important. Because people want to make sure you're legit. People want to make sure you're going to stick around. People want to make sure you ain't no one-hit wonder and you ain't out here trying to scam nobody. And so they're going to research you to find out who you are and how much information that they can pull online as far as either Googling you or going to the different social media platforms or going to YouTube or whatever the case may be, as far as where they go to check out people who they want to do business with, as far as the research phase of what they do to make sure that they can find you online somewhere. So reach out to me at 312-607-1978 if you need help with setting up your tax and accounting firm and you stuck. The most difficult part of this application process is the EFIN, which stands for Electronic File Identification Number. That's a 2-part situation. You have to fill out the application and you got to get fingerprinted. They changed the fingerprint process. Back in the day, we used to have to call a number. They used to mail us 2 fingerprint cards. We used to go get fingerprinted. I used to send all my people to the Photoshop in a area, you know what I'm saying, that does fingerprints to do the fingerprint cards, or they went to a local police station that does fingerprinting. And so those were the 2 options for that. So when it's all said and done, if you're ready to rock out, you're ready to get this money, you're ready to make an impact in the lives of others inside your tax and accounting business, and you may be looking for mentorship, guidance, training, support, accountability, and you lack confidence in yourself to make that happen by yourself, and you want someone to help you make that happen with you. And if I'm somebody you're already checking out behind the scenes by watching my videos, get me on a call. Let me answer all your questions, concerns, where you got enough information and insight now to decide if you're going to start or never start. Thank you, and I'll see you in my next video.